Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else gets as excited to come back on here as I do. I just looked at y'all.
You
And
do
of course,
got a
I'm a little
vibe about
high,
you,
but I'm
brother.
so happy.
I know.
I
We
miss
hit a
y'all,
little bit
man.
with Jelly
And
right
this
before
is
we
when
came on the bus. So
Yeah,
if I
you
just
had
get
some sort of
silent for a long
gadget.
time, if I get silent for a long time, just know I'm just sitting here vibing, trying to just catch up.
I just get excited, man. It just reminds me of we've had a lot of good times and the fact that we've stayed friends and we talk. But the cool thing I love about coming back here is that we don't never get to talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like hours. Like we'll catch up. They just checking in or shoot the voice memos or the videos or the text. But to come, this is cool, man. I've cried on this bus. I've been hung over on this bus. I've shit myself on this bus.
Yeah.
I've had some really wild. Me and my wife have went viral on this
Yeah.
bus. It's been
Crying
cool.
over emotion and funny shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
we've laughed,
it
cried.
is crazy to see like your last year. And we were just talking about right when you got on about people talking about you only wear socks once. A couple of years ago, no one gave a shit about how many socks you were wearing.
Right, yeah, for sure.
And it's got to be like the most.
It'd
insane
be like us
transition.
trying to clip that story
Yeah.
and not, you might get traction, you might not. You probably will just because of social media of Jelly Roll, but you're not thinking it's going to be some negative headline.
No, dude, it's crazy. It's got to be like an insane thing. Like you do really well of like sitting back and being appreciative of all this stuff, but bro, it's gotten insane.
Yeah, man, it's cool though. It's like I disconnected from it as soon as it started happening.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I know how to deal with this. I immediately got off social media. I was like, but now I consume life in an even wilder way through news, but not like old news. Like, you know how like you can get Google alerts for certain names. So, like I put my name, my wife's name, the Tennessee Titans, Bussin, any of our friends, like the homies.
Yeah.
So like when like Bert's on Jimmy Kimmel, I see it. You know what I mean? It pops up Bert Kreischer, Jimmy Kimmel. I'm like, oh, I should go check this out, which is a wild way to consume life too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's way easier than
That's
scrolling.
basically what you've transitioned to since you get away from social media?
For sure. And I don't spend no time scrolling or doing it.
Yeah.
And here's the coolest part, y'all. I'm creating more content right now than I've ever created.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fixing to flood content like I was an independent artist when y'all met me. How I was uploading 50 times a year on YouTube. I'm fixing to y'all are watch.
Why is that?
Because now I'm not doing this for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, you're just
6
taking the
hours a
next
day.
thing to
Every
create.
time I have an extra second, I'm actually thinking about stuff now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm actually present when a camera's on me. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a moment to go check and I spent more time looking what was happening on social media than using it as a tool to promote what I was trying to do.
Right. How freeing has that been, that process of change?
It's been great, man.
Yeah.
It has been like, I've never been more aware of where I'm at. I've never been more present. Everywhere I'm at that's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that hasn't been the case for a long time. I've been in really cool moments. Dude, it was like, I think it was the ACMs last year. I'm sitting behind Jason Aldean. It's the first time I realized I had a real problem. I was at the ACMs and it just like a habit would just pull my phone out and just kept getting lost in my phone. I'm at an award show sitting next to A-list celebrities. What the fuck is happening on TikTok that's going to be so cool to me? You know
You're
what
at
I
the
mean?
thing TikTok wants to know about.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, the TikToks are coming from here.
Yeah.
I'm just watching the shit I just watched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was just like, yo, this is right then. I was like, this is getting sick.
When you
You know
did
what I
when you
mean?
did the transition, was there like a piece of withdrawal at first when you weren't scrolling? You kind of thought you were talking like, I'm a little fucking bored right
No,
now.
for sure. Well, I still reach for my pocket a bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
not even, I don't even carry the phone. So it's just, I live in a whole different place, dog. I'm in a great place.
Do you feel like there's like, because we were talking about, we started with talking about that socks headline, like how massive, like in where there can be in a negative light or whatever. Do you feel like there's more expectation on you now when you are creating, when you are getting in these environments?
It's a great question, Will.
Because I would assume you have to kind of battle with that, especially like you try to be real conscious of it.
Yeah.
But there's got to be times like you've been just doing this. Like you say, we swap stories and keep up with each other because everybody's busy. But you've just been doing this. So when you're trying to just like stay intentional, do you find it difficult at times, or do you feel like there's that expectation?
I think, man, I'm always vulnerable in here. I wouldn't say this in many places. Where I feel it the most, Will, is in the studio. I'm in a weird place where I've released 300 songs in my career. I've had success. I'm close to celebrating my 4th #1 on country radio, my 5th #1 on radio. I've had international songs. I mean, I've checked all the boxes of things that I never thought I would do. Grammy nominations, awards. But I'm technically, in the world's eyes, working on my sophomore album.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this age-old cliche called the sophomore slump.
Yeah, it happens in sports too.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm feeling it when I'm writing songs. Like I want to send y'all some stuff to listen to. Like I'm fixing to get to the point where I'm fixing to just start leaning on my friends and relying on honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you write 100 and something songs for an album, because you're that into it, they start all sounding the same. You don't know which one's the better one of the two that sound alike. And now you're in this place where you've got 100 songs. I could have the best song of my career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really know it right now because they're all just like a big puddle of just noise to me almost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a scary place to be. I'm petrified.
In the world of like writing songs and stuff.
I mean that. Like I'm genuinely petrified.
Yeah, I mean it's a scary place to be because you've had all the success and there's always something in the back of your head when you are having a lot of success of like, when's it gonna end? Like when's the fall? When is that
sucks,
fear creeps up in the back?
Like, damn, is it really over socks?
Yeah.
Was this it?
Because we know, like, I mean, how many people do we know like lasted generation after generation after generation? Like 5 people in the music industry, and so you have to like. There's always a piece of you that's like, when's my time up? When's my time coming? And then once your time comes, you're like, when is my time up?
Right.
And so it's a very legitimate fear to have. Like when you're writing this music, obviously like Ernest is a dude that always like, he's like with you. Yeah. You roll with Hardy a lot, Morgan, those types of dudes. Like how much are you leaning on them to be able to zoom out a little bit? Because we, even with Bussin, like we get into situations where we're so zoomed into what we're trying to do that we're kind of missing the right thing to do at the time.
Right.
You know?
Like that intro.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly what I was thinking about when I said that.
And you were like,
yeah, I remember Will
it's the only time I've ever seen y'all just miss,
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was on me as well.
Bro,
was on me.
We literally sat right outside the bus, and
it
was like, what was it, January, or right before January? And Will was like, hey, I think Quaker City Nighthawks, tip of the cap back to the like our original intro, this that, and like he's like going through, and he's like, this seems like a really good idea. And I at the time like it's not all Will, so I was like, yeah, that sounds dope. Yeah. That sounds cool.
I mean, it took you a minute to get your mind around it.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
I've done it a couple times, but we've never actually done it or pursued somebody writing us something. And there's a style like, have you ever seen Club Shay Shay?
Yeah.
He's kind of got like a cliffhanger at the beginning and this undertone of Nipsey. Yeah. And then it goes into the Nipsey Hussle song. And I always think it's like they have that one that grabs you in the first 10, 15 seconds of a clip. So I was trying to think like the song that we have with Intro, you don't necessarily have like an underlying tone where you can do that. Yeah. So it's like, how can we find a song? And it's like I've always been obsessed with this. What was it? Some of Adam's Blues by Quaker City Nighthawks. Yeah. And I was like, man, this could sound dope. We tried it. We're back.
I'll tell you this. I'll give you some game. You ready for it? And this is something this old head taught me. He painted cars for a living, right? And he said, you're always one stroke away from either polishing it to a pearl or polishing the paint off. Like one wipe away. It's that close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go, man, that motherfucker's a pearl right now. I better not touch it.
Don't mess
you know
with
what I'm
it.
saying? Don't fuck this up.
Hey, and it's good friends that we talk about being. Why can't you should have just shot a message too? That even, I mean, we were getting double.
I feel like y'all couldn't have missed it. The comments were berating y'all. Listen, y'all were putting out the best content ever, and all you could see in the comments was bring back the intro.
I know. You know, Erto's at his house sitting there petting his dog, going, "Hell yes!" Yeah, he's got all those comments were just Ernest. Yeah, the whole time.
Bring back the intro.
But yeah, dude. So of those guys that we were talking about, and when you're in your sophomore album, who are we talking to? Like, are you like giving it to them, being like, "Please tell me where I'm fucking up"?
Ernest. I brought Ernest. Well, what happened? Whenever the final phase of writing, Ernest is always the dude.
The common denominator.
He's the guy.
Common denominator.
Yeah, you've got to call the denominator. What'd you say?
I don't know. I thought I said denominator, but I guess I said the dominator.
Are you high, Will?
We're on the magic school bus in space.
We really are right now.
No, dude, I'll just shoot it to Ern and ask, and I'll shoot I'll shoot snippets to friends. I'll shoot y'all some. You just gotta hit people that are honest. My wife's I'm scared to play her songs. If you ask her, I've had 2 hits ever. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
How many hits out there that never made it out there because Bunny was like, "This is garbage."
How excited for the Beer Olympics, y'all?
Fired up.
Depends.
What are we depending on?
I heard a rumor.
There's some scuttlebutt.
I heard a rumor that logistically Jelly Roll might not be able to make it.
We're doing it for sure. I've already figured that out. I'm doing Kimmel the same day, so I'm flying right there. We're just doing an A and a B rig.
There we go. There
Shake
we
on
have
it.
it.
This is it. We'll put it on
Said
there. It's
shake
done.
on it.
When I told y'all it was done, it was done.
I know, but
We
I
thought
did,
so too.
But you know how it is when management gets involved and then there's a third party. Well, we can tell people now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
doing Beer Olympics at Red Rock in Las Vegas.
beer game championships of the
Beer
world.
game. Sorry, beer game.
Oh, I didn't
championship
know
of the
we
world.
hadn't all the way went.
No, I don't think
sorry.
I don't
Okay.
think we've hinted. No, this is great for
Okay.
you to be on while we announce
Yeah.
it. And there's been a lot of people coming and going. Dude, we started in February, locking cats in.
Yeah,
Put
man.
it on your calendar, and we've had people drop out. And it's been a bummer. So I get a call last week, and I'm talking back and forth, and somebody at Red Rock is like, "Yeah, Jelly's on the 50-yard line right now." And I was like, "Whoa." Because we talked a little bit ago, you said he's on like a 10, and we've had the conversation. So I'm like, "Oh, this is for sure happening." They say, logistically, he's just seeing if he can make it happen. And then you just assume Red Rock management, they start talking.
And every
they're
few
making it more
days,
difficult.
Taylor's usually hitting me with like, "Hey, are you seated? I have some more bad news."
There's some more bad
And it's
news.
just like I just put the bull in our head, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Jelly roll," and I was just like,
No.
let's
We're gonna
just-
figure it out. We're doing Kimmel that day. I think is what is happening, and we're just figuring out a way to knock out two birds with one
Bing,
stone.
bing.
But there's-
Because it is
it's
going
a
to be
40-minute flight. Shouldn't
it's
be a
going to
problem.
be incredible. Like the event, all the stuff we got
It's gonna
going
be so
into it,
fun.
the shade cover, the sponsors, the
I'll
graphics.
tell you what's probably happening is on our end, inside baseball, and this is how we talk on the phone. Y'all get to see how we talk to each other. If I had to guess, they just haven't got back they're just not getting back to them quick enough. Like Red Rocks probably wants it in a certain timeline, and the way my people are probably looking at it, sadly, we have so much shit coming up. We're probably like, "Yo, chill. We'll be there."
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Yeah.
Like, dude's coming. You know what I mean?
That's
they're
fantastic.
that's what my guess is right now. Is that they're more just worried that, you know what I mean? But I
And
know
your
it's all
team's
good.
sticking to a script too. It's like if they're saying this, it's not fitting our script. Like maybe this in a conversation.
As soon as I hit y'all and said, "What way do y'all want to do it?" and y'all told me, I hit them right then. I was like, "That's
Yeah.
how we're doing it."
We did have a lengthy conversation. So for everybody who doesn't know the text message group chat, you hit us up and you're like, "You want to do a 300-person like private show, or do you want to do like an actual public show?" Will was thinking private. I was thinking public. And the reason why I was thinking public is, dude, Beer Olympics. I mean, you saw us last year.
Yeah.
No one's going to be hearing your music. We're all going to black out anyway.
For sure.
So to have other people go and enjoy it, I was thinking it's a nice gesture to be amazing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm not going to remember shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, "Hey, how did Jelly do last night?" And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "He did awesome."
Yeah.
And then we sent it to the boys, and it was a unanimous public.
Unanimous public.
So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, June 25th, Tuesday at Red Rock, one night only, the king himself, Jelly Roll, will be playing a concert. Let's fucking
That's
get
it.
around.